Hello, fellow leggers!
It's lovely to see you. If you're new around here, then thanks for coming along. Or if you're coming back once more, welcome. It's great to see you.
Yes, you're joining us in London's West End this evening at the Ambassadors Theatre,
where we are seeing the play with songs. Songs for Nobodies, in fact.
So stick around to find out how many stars.
Whether it's break a leg or leg it.
Yeah, something a bit different this evening. Songs for Nobodies.
It's actually a transfer. It had a run at Wilton's Music Hall last year. It's also had a bit of a go over in Australia, as that's where the performer Bernadette is from.
Okay.
We're here tonight on behalf of Official London Theatre. Now,
Thank you, Official London Theatre.
For those of you that don't know, Official London Theatre are the home of West End and London Theatre. They're run by the Society of London Theatre.
Now, I've heard of them.
Yep.
SALT.
SALT are the not-for-profit organisation representing theatre industry. They run many initiatives, including West End Live, which is a fantastic free event in Trafalgar Square. They've got the TKTS booth, which offers up to half-price tickets on Leicester Square.
Is it Kids Week they do as well?
Kids Week. Kids go free over the month of August as well. Official London Theatre support that alongside SALT.
But the one you'll all know,
yes,
I think, is the Olivier Awards.
They do the Olivier Awards indeed. So the massive
theatrical
institution
event of the year.
Yeah, theatrical event of the year. They are responsible for that. Now, Songs for Nobodies is a new play by Joanna Murray-Smith, performed solo by Bernadette Robinson as she channels the voices of Judy Garland, Billie Holiday, Patsy Cline, Maria Callas and Edith Piaf, and tells their story as 5 ordinary women whose lives were changed forever by a brush with fate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I thought of End of the Rainbow comes to mind a little bit just because of the Judy Garland reference and having this strong female figure who apparently is like Little Voice, can just summon the voice gods and just become these women.
When you say channel, I imagine like a seance and it becoming...
Maybe we'll have to hold hands in the audience and sort of bring them in, their spirits in. Anyway, 90 minutes straight through.
Okay, so no interval breakdown?
Yeah, Bernadette will be joined on stage by a live musician, so a live band playing all of those songs that hopefully we'll know and love. I'm sure we will. So we'll be catching up with you and this guy just here at the end, because there's no interval.
We have come to the end of Songs for Nobody. Did it resonate with you? Are you a nobody or
well,
are you
that's
somebody?
the thing. I don't think it is Songs for Nobodies. I think it's songs for everybody's. I think that the music is recognisable. The thread that ties it all together is interesting. It's told from a really unique perspective, and it's taken those songs that are so well known and used them in a really interesting and engaging manner. I enjoyed it. What about you?
I've got to say, I wasn't too... it's strange. I think the main characters of an era that's quite before my time.
Yeah, I think that specifically. You're not for this sort of music.
So
you don't know a huge amount about this.
No,
Call
Piaf,
yourself
Holiday,
a gay man, and you're not a Judy Garland fan.
Judy Garland,
very dare you.
like, I know who they are. I know who they are, but I'm thinking this isn't quite for me. However, I was fully engaged with the narrative and what she was saying. The 5 independent characters who are nobodies, who just happen to encounter these celebrities, and it's them telling their story of how that happened or what that link is to that character. So as a result, I really enjoyed it, which was a real surprise. I didn't expect to. Not that I wasn't going to not to, do you know what I mean? But I was surprised at how relatable it was and some of the key messages.
And that's the clever thing about it, because you are meeting these celebrities of which you've got preconceived ideas, telling their own story.
It's not their story.
It's not their story at all. You see it through the eyes of you and me, of somebody. You know, imagine if you were to meet your idol, you know, and how you would react to that, and those moments that you would have with that person that would sit in your memory and cement in your mind forever, and then retelling them. I also think there's a little element of, you know, when you get Chinese whispers and you remember things, or you forget things slightly from a different angle, like we all do it, or we embellish stories.
Right.
I think that some of the characters maybe did that. You know, there was if you met someone very briefly, you might tell your friends, "Oh, we spent half an hour together," but really it was 30 seconds. And I sort of got that these characters that aren't the celebrity characters were being fleshed out by themselves. It was a really, really sort of unique narrative.
Okay, well, let's talk about that single lady who was telling that story.
All the single ladies.
All the single ladies. Although she plays many ladies, 10 plus, Bernadette Robinson. Mm-hmm. What did you think?
I just think she's a sensation. I mean, how she's found out she's got this talent to emulate. She's a real life little voice. She can emulate all of these characters and bring them through song, you know, in a really sort of magical, transformative way. I don't think I've seen a performer that can do that so distinctly between 5 famous singers who have got really distinct vocal technique and voices, and also her acting ability and acting those characters that weren't sung through and making those independent as well, because they often find actors either rely on their voice or their acting skills. She did neither, and both at the same time.
I don't know each of the main artists well enough to know if she did an absolute carbon copy, brilliant impression, but I could tell she did a bloody good job. Do you know them well enough? They were all completely distinct. They all sounded absolutely fantastic and in tune and stylized as to, I would imagine, a caricature of that person. So I'd be interested to know if you've seen this. Comment below, like, how close was it? But they were all very different, every single 5 of the artists, and then every single 5 nobodies who went along with the story from all over, Irish, English, different accents over in America, kind of New York, more southern, more country-esque, and the attention to detail. In terms of driving the text, it was paced and performed beautifully. You talked about her as an actress, and that's what really shone through, is that she was a great actress.
Simon Phillips is the director.
Okay.
So I think in his hands he has, I mean, it's on paper, I don't know if this would sound as good as it really is, you know, 5 random nobodies meet 5 people you will have heard of in a single state setting, you know, in a box set with a band. But I mean, he's made it something completely driven and engaging and interesting, and as I say, at the right pace.
It's not too big. It's just pitch
I think
right.
his skill is in the nobodies again. You know, I know we're saying this is a great performance from Bernadette to play people that we know, but for us to be able to project our own selves onto those nobodies is where the skill is, I think. I quite like the lighting design.
It was very subtle.
It was subtle, but it came out into the auditorium, so they lit the ceiling and things. And I've not seen that done a huge amount. You know.
Suited it very well at that moment. Was a nice, almost bringing it to us moment. It's a very intimate space as well. I think it suits the ambassadors very well, being a one woman show with a small band. I think only 4 back there, but they sounded great, and also some nice undertones, underscoring, and when they cut off at key dramatic moments was a nice emphasis of the underpinning storyline. So some really nice pulling together. And what was it written in mind with her?
Yeah, I mean, it was
written with her in mind.
The person that wrote this knows her and has worked with her in the past and knows what she's capable of, so has specifically crafted a story to her talent, to her strengths, which is a magnificent thing, really. And I mean, what a privilege for her to be, have that.
I'd say let's talk about the rest of the company, but there wasn't
there
many.
Aren't any.
It's really subtle undertones of a story.
Yeah.
But quite surprising. Moved very quick.
Well, let's wrap it up.
I guess let's.
So for Songs for Nobodies, playing here at the Ambassadors Theatre, we are going to give
4 stars for this piece.
Yeah, I just, like I say, I'm just in total rapture at this beautiful performance that is so transformative. You know, yes, I'm thinking of End of the Rainbow, and yes, I'm thinking of Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill, and Piaf. But to bring all those together, and for one person to be able to play them all, I mean, Christ,
That's the
right.
USP, isn't it?
That's the
That's
US.
it.
And absolutely, it is a USP. I also think, my nan would love this, and she would recognise the music, and it would be so
Yeah.
emotive for her. Mothers out there, fathers. I just think this has got a lot of appeal. Maybe for a slightly older audience that
I
recognise
don't
those
think
people.
if I
but
was
you-
walking by, personally, I would have gone in to get a ticket. I wouldn't have gone, oh, Piaf and Holiday and Judy Garland, I've got to go see this. It wouldn't have appealed to me as a poster.
But
So-
now, if you'd have missed it, you'd have missed out, right?
and I think that's the thing. I think so. Will it struggle to get the right audience? I think the right audience who know these people are going to see this show and they will love it. And this audience did love it, and there were young ones in there as well, as well as us. And we were all really enjoying it and showed that through our applause at the end. So I think this does have appeal. I'd be very interested to know what you think.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Very interested.
Head down to see it. It's like nothing else in the West End at the moment. You can get your tickets through Official London Theatre. You can check out their link below. They run some great ticket offers as well, especially during the New Year period. January, February, when the theatre's a bit quieter, they do some great ticket offers. So check them out. I would.
Yes, and why not? But hey, that's just what I think.
That's just what he thinks and what I think. What do you think? We're the Break-a-Leggers.
And we'll catch you again soon.
Bye.